spread's 3-1. Now 8-5-1 on the season. Good to see Michkov light the lamp last.
Well, yeah, because I got to tell you that I've been disappointed a little bit with Michkov to start.
Yeah.
But that was nice. It's nice to see. And look, there's a transition to a new coaching staff, new plan.
Sure.
There's also a transition from an injury during the summer that they really don't want to talk about much.
Okay.
So he's getting there. He's getting there. I'm just impressed that after 2 straight home losses, you go to Montreal and to Nashville. You should beat Nashville. The Montreal win was a really good one, too. So now you sort of took some of the stank off last weekend. Come home against Ottawa for Star Wars Day tomorrow.
Yes.
And try to win 3 in a row. That would be their second 3-game winning streak of the year if they could do it, which in and of itself is pretty impressive.
By the way, with Star Wars night, Vladar has to start, right? Darth Vladar.
I would think so.
He has
I would
to
think
be.
so.
You can't have him on the bench during Star Wars night when his name is Vladar.
Okay, so Rick Tockett's going to give me crap about this if when we cross paths. I am absolutely anti the idea that you have to have really, really limit the time of a goaltender. I really believe it. I hear Bush talk about it on the broadcast. I do believe that it's fine. He can play last night and play Saturday.
Yes.
He's fine.
Yeah,
Let him play it, and then he won't play again until the 12th against Edmonton. I want to have a number 1 goalie on this team.
And look,
one
he had
guy.
Another nice night last night.
Vladar has been fantastic. And honestly, I underestimated him. I thought he'd be a good acquisition. So far, he's been pretty great.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody thought, all right, this is a bridge, right? A bridge to whoever the
they have good young goaltending down below.
Will be. Yeah.
They have some young goaltenders that they're excited about, but their arrival dates are more than a couple years out.
Sure.
So this is and Vladar has done a really, really nice job. And Danny Briere got criticized for the signing. Around the league, the signing was met with, that really doesn't answer. That doesn't help your problem. So for at least the early going of the season, it's
so
been
far
fantastic.
so good. Nice night for the
Great
Flyers.
Win. That's
last
a nice
night.
win. Good job.
8-5-1.
I love
on
hearing
the
that
season
starting
for the
with the Fly Boys.
Of course, man.
It's great.
All right, now let's talk about the Eagles. Kind of.
That sounds like you're a little pensive.
No, kind of, because we're more so talking about the opponent. So you sent me an email last night with your topics that you want to get into today.
Yeah.
And you were able to hear the press conference from Matt LaFleur, who is the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And again, if you guys remember, Matt LaFleur was one of the poster children of trying to get the tush-push banned during this past offseason.
Yes.
And so Matt LaFleur was asked about it during his press conference ahead of Monday night's game between the Eagles and Packers, a rematch of obviously opening night last year when they played in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but then, of course, in the playoffs when the Eagles beat the Packers at Lincoln Financial Field. Here is Matt LaFleur after being asked about the tush-push.
Has your opinion on it changed at all from the comments you made at the end?
Yes, I'm not going to get into it. It is what it is. The NFL made a decision, and we have to find a way to try to stop the play, and it's a tough play to stop.
And in the email, you called him a weasel.
He's a weasel. Now, there's a little personal history as far as just knowing him a little bit.
Right, I got you.
Observing him. So I'm not a big fan.
Sure.
Not a big fan.
You've never really hid that from our audience.
I think he's extremely arrogant. Waxy eyebrows is a little arrogant. But and he was arrogant before he was anything. This is why I just got a little problem with it. But to me, at that point, if Sean Payton was asked that.
Yeah.
If Jim Harbaugh was asked that, and I'm talking about great guys either, by the way, but the idea is, I think they'd own it. If they were the poster child of trying to have something stopped,
yeah,
I think they'd own it.
Has Sean McDermott been asked about it?
Yes, and Sean McDermott doesn't. He acts like, well, the play's available, so
right.
That's how he hides behind it.
Hypocrite.
But to me, it's such a. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. When you're the poster child for trying to stop something, at that point, I think you have to say, okay, I am required to now explain to you a little bit about why I was so adamant about it.
Right.
And why our organization was so adamant.
That was from ownership. Remember, they started at first. It was the owner of the Green Bay Packers that really led that charge.
Well, yeah, the guy who is like the figurehead for the ownership. Right,
yeah.
Exactly. They were worried about it from the highest level to stop the Eagles. Mainly because of the fact that they got their asses beat by the Eagles twice last year.
But even though the Packers ran it themselves, remember, before he got hurt, they had Tucker Kraft doing it, where he would line up under center. It's unbelievable. But here's the deal. So you call him a weasel, and, of course, you do have some personal history as well. I got to ask you. So you know me as a man who enjoys good sports hate. Like I love.
Oh no,
you
like it more than I do.
And I have
by a mile.
I have random hates, right? Like Craig Counsell.
I find them funny.
Like I have very random sports hates. I'm here to tell you right now, the Packers are little brother, dude, and I have like no venom toward them.
Okay, explain why you have no venom.
I just I laughed at their constant push to get rid of the tush push because it was literally just sour grapes, right? They didn't come with the we're worried about health and safety. No, they just straight up said we don't like it, and I'm like, all right, that's actually kind of weak and funny, and I look down upon thee. I don't have like the playoff game. If you remember, I got a lot of crap for it at halftime. I put out the tweet, this game's over. And I got a lot of crap for it because I was going to jinx the game. I did not respect the Packers at all in that playoff game. And everything that has went down since then, I have not respected. If you go back to the Eagles-49ers 2022 NFC Championship game, the San Francisco 49ers would not stop yapping. Now, at least they had somewhat of a reason because of the injuries, even though anybody that played quarterback, Joe Montana probably would have lost that game because the Eagles were they were a machine that year. But they at least had something to back it up with all the injuries. And then the very next year, they backed it up by pantsing the Eagles. I don't see the Green Bay Packers as like some team that I have hatred for.
Okay, I get you. The little brother thing, I don't. When the game in Sao Paulo was in the balance in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
The playoff game in Philadelphia, 6 minutes to go, you're up by less than a touchdown.
But you know how I felt. I thought that game was over.
No, you did.
I don't understand. My feet were up.
But I understand. You can't feel. The thing is, though, you can feel anything you want.
Sure.
A game that is less than a touchdown lead with 6.5 minutes to go is not done. Because one deflected pass,
right.
One stupid thing. But I mean, your feeling for the Packers is much different than mine. I think Monday night is a hornet's nest.
Okay.
Now, I'm telling you, just going into it on Friday morning, by Monday morning I may feel a little bit differently. I think the Eagles are heading into their toughest assignment the rest of the year. When I look at the schedule and who they're playing and the situation they're playing them in, I think it's probably their toughest bout the rest of the year because I'm thinking Buffalo may not really need that game as much.
I still look at Detroit, technically short week.
Home game, Sunday night.
Detroit's got we should have played them in the playoffs. We didn't in their back pocket. So I still look at that Lions team.
Oh, but over a team that is – now here's what I'm going to say to you. You're saying that over a team that is at home, that the Packers – and a team that lost twice to the Eagles last year.
Well, yeah, because the Eagles are coming off the bye.
They have much more in their pocket, as you say.
I get you, but the Eagles are coming off the bye. To me, that's a trump card, especially when Nick Sirianni still has not lost coming off the bye.
We're not doing politics today on the show, but I get you. I understand where you're at. You're approaching Connor. I think he's approaching Chest Day Monday.
No, I'm getting there. Yeah.
And I got to tell you,
International Chest Day.
I told you yesterday that I think I'm going to be there on Monday.
I'm going to be really impressed if Andrew calls it Chest Day. I'm going to be very, very wary because I know there's no way I'm getting there by Monday.
Right.
There's no way you're going to get me there. But you could get me to a better place by some of the conversations we had. Andrew DeCecco may today with 2 hours with us.
Yep.
He may get me to a little better position. But for right now, no. If you call Chest Day Monday, if it starts the show, and there's Andrew he's ready to press.
I might not have my shirt on, John.
Well, I don't need that.
Please keep your shirt on.
Yeah, do that, please.
So I want to ask the audience at 610-632-0975. I will get your guys' answers on this coming up next. Where do the Packers fall for you on your updated hate list? Non-division rivals, right? Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, they're always there. Penguins, Celtics, those
Sounds like
Mets,
a Rally House commercial.
Those teams are always there. But what is your updated non-divisional rival hate list in sports? Text those in at 610-632-0975. I'll give mine. I'll get John and Connor's next. And coming up next, we also have the injury report. First time post-bye. Some very good news and one that is not. It is Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.